Have you ever felt that the closer you get to your dreams, the more life seems to fall apart? Have you wondered why, after setting your intentions, everything suddenly seems to work against you? You are not alone. What you are experiencing is not a punishment, it is a test. The universe has a language of its own, one that doesn't rely on words but on experiences. And right now, it's asking you one profound question. Are you ready? You see, the universe never denies you what you desire. It only prepares you to receive it. But the path to your dreams isn't paved with wishes and hopes. It is paved with trials, discomfort, and resistance. These are not obstacles, they are invitations. Invitations to grow, to align, and to transform into the version of yourself who can hold the reality you seek. The question is not if you can manifest what you desire. The question is whether you can become the person who can sustain it. Chosen ones, this message is for you. You are not called to an easy life, you are called to a meaningful one. The very fact that you are experiencing resistance means that you are being prepared for something extraordinary. The universe has heard your desires, but it must now see your readiness. And readiness isn't proven through ease, it's proven through challenge. So, if you have ever felt like life is testing you, if you are facing setbacks that make you question your path, know this: you are exactly where you need to be. And if you feel this message in your soul, drop a 77 in the comments. Let us walk this journey together, because you are not alone in your test. The hidden purpose of the universe's tests, it's about who you become. The universe does not respond to your words, it responds to your being. It is not interested in your desires if those desires are not backed by the energy of someone who can hold them. This is why the tests come. They are not barriers, they are mirrors. They reflect back to you your fears, your doubts, and your hidden patterns. And in doing so, they ask you, will you rise above these, or will you let them define you? Every test from the universe carries a deeper purpose, to shape you into the version of yourself who is worthy of your desires. Think about it. Manifestation is not about getting what you ask for, it's about getting what you are aligned with. And alignment means embodying the energy of your desires before they arrive. That is why you are tested, not to break you, but to shape you, to push you beyond your limits so you can see what you are truly capable of. The tests are not random. They are tailored to your growth. If you desire abundance, the test will show up as loss, to see if you can still hold the energy of wealth when there is none. If you desire love, the test will come as loneliness, to see if you can embody love even when it feels absent. If you desire success, the test will appear as failure, to see if you are truly committed or if you only wanted it when it was easy. The universe is not punishing you, it is preparing you. But here is the secret. You are not being tested for what you want, you are being tested for who you are becoming. Because in the end, manifestation is not about wishes fulfilled, it is about transformation completed. The greatest treasures are not in the outcomes, they are in the person you become on the way there. The illusion of setbacks when life feels opposite to your desires. Have you ever set a clear intention, visualized it, felt it deeply, and then, instead of progress, you encountered chaos? It feels like the universe heard your request and responded with the opposite. You ask for financial freedom, and suddenly you face unexpected bills and losses. You seek love, and heartbreak arrives. You manifest peace, and conflict erupts. It is confusing, disheartening, and deeply frustrating. But here is the truth. This is not a setback. It is a response. You see, when you declare your desires to the universe, you are not just making a wish, you are making a choice. And with every choice comes a test. The universe's first response is not always a yes. It's often a question, do you truly mean it? This is why, when you ask for something, you often experience its opposite. It's not a punishment, it's a purification. The universe is clearing out everything within you that does not align with what you seek. Think of it like planting a seed. Before the plant grows, the soil must be broken, the roots must push through the darkness, and the old must make way for the new. Your life works the same way. The chaos you are experiencing is the breaking of the old to make space for the new. But here's where most people fail. They see the breaking as a sign to stop, when in truth, it's the greatest sign to keep going. During this phase, the most common mistake is misinterpreting the challenge as a rejection. It's not. It's a calibration. It's the universe checking your frequency. It's asking, can you hold the energy of abundance when everything screams scarcity? Can you remain loving when loneliness surrounds you? Can you keep faith when results are invisible? This is why so many people stumble on the path of manifestation, not because they are wrong, but because they quit during the test. The irony is that the moment life feels the most opposite to your desires is often when you are closest to receiving them. Because contrast is a clarifier. It forces you to decide, do you truly believe, or was your belief conditional? Will you stand in your vision when everything contradicts it, or will you fold under the pressure of appearances? Chosen ones, hear this. The illusion of setbacks is the universe's greatest test. What feels like falling apart is often the final stage before falling into place. So when everything seems to be going wrong, remember, it is because everything is preparing to go right. Your test is not to avoid the chaos, but to stand within it without losing your faith. And when you do, the illusion breaks. The chaos settles. The path clears. And what you desired not only arrives, it arrives with the certainty that you are ready for it. The clash between old self and new self. In every transformation, there is a battle between who you were and who you are becoming. The old self, built on habits, beliefs, and patterns that kept you safe, will not surrender quietly. It will fight, resist, and whisper every reason why you should stay the same. And this battle is not external, it is within you. Have you felt it? The confusion, the self-doubt, the urge to return to what is familiar even if it no longer serves you. This is the clash, the moment where the old self meets the new self, and the strongest version of you must emerge. The old self thrives on comfort, routines, and predictability. It doesn't care about your dreams, it cares about survival. It is the voice that says, stay safe, stay small, don't risk failure. It feeds on fear, fear of change, fear of loss, fear of the unknown. But here is the truth. The life you desire cannot coexist with the self you are trying to leave behind. And this is where the test begins. The universe will push you into situations that trigger your old patterns, situations that provoke your insecurities, your anger, your doubt. But these are not punishments, they are mirrors. Mirrors that show you where the old self still controls you. When you encounter these tests, the question is not whether you will feel fear, it's whether you will act from it. Will you default to the old self, reacting, retreating, and resisting, or will you respond as your new self, aligned, aware, and empowered? Resistance from your old self is not a sign that you are failing, it is a sign that you are transforming. Imagine your old self as a tenant who has lived in your home for years, comfortable, unchallenged, and settled. When the new self arrives to take over, the old tenant doesn't leave peacefully. It fights for its space. It argues, manipulates, and even causes chaos to stay in control. But here is what most people miss. The rebellion of the old self is proof that it is losing power. The louder it screams, the closer you are to breaking through. This clash is sacred. It is the fire through which the gold of your new self is forged. The only way out is through, not by suppressing the old self, but by confronting it with awareness. When fear arises, acknowledge it. When doubt creeps in, observe it, but do not identify with it. You are not your thoughts. You are the witness to them. And the moment you witness the old self without becoming it, its power dissolves. So, chosen one, if you are in the midst of this clash, if you feel the chaos of becoming, know this. The discomfort you feel is the labor pain of your rebirth. You are not breaking down, you are breaking through. And the old self is not your enemy, it is your final teacher. Face it, honor it, and then let it fall away. For on the other side is the self you were always meant to be. Tests of commitment. Can you embody your future self now? The universe does not grant wishes. It grants alignments. You don't receive what you want, you receive who you are. And this is where the greatest test of manifestation lies. Can you embody your future self before your reality confirms it? You see, most people believe they will change after they receive their desires. I'll be happy when I succeed. I'll feel abundant when I have wealth. I'll trust in love when I find my soulmate. But the universe operates on a different law. You must become it first. The energy precedes the outcome. The being precedes the having. This is the test of commitment, not to your desire, but to your identity. So the universe asks, can you walk as if your prayers are already answered? Can you respond to life from the mindset of the person you are becoming, not the person you have been? This is why, during manifestation, life brings challenges that tempt you to revert to your old self. It's not to block you, it's to test you, to see if you truly are who you claim to be. Let's break it down. If you are manifesting abundance, life will present moments of scarcity. Why? To see if you can hold the frequency of wealth when money is absent. Will you react with fear? Or will you embody the calm and trust of someone who knows abundance is already theirs? If you are manifesting love, you may face loneliness or heartbreak. Why? To see if you can remain loving even when love seems distant. Will you collapse into bitterness, or will you embody the open heart of someone who knows love is inevitable? This test is the most difficult because it demands that you become before you receive. It requires you to live in the frequency of your desires without evidence. And here is the hard truth. Most people fail because they need proof before they believe. But belief is the proof. Your commitment is the evidence. The universe watches how you handle adversity because adversity strips away performance and reveals truth. Anyone can feel abundant with a full bank account. Anyone can feel loved when in a perfect relationship. But who are you when everything seems to contradict your desires? That is the version of you the universe responds to. That is the version the universe rewards. So, how do you pass this test? Embodiment. Wake up and move through your day as if you are already living the life you desire. When challenges arise, pause and ask, how would my future self handle this? Not how your wounded self, your impatient self, or your doubtful self would respond, but your highest self, the self that already has what you seek. Respond from that place. And here is the secret. The moment you stop waiting to become your future self and start being them now, reality has no choice but to catch up. This is not magic, it is law, it is alignment, and it is how the universe knows you are truly ready. The power of small victories, progress over perfection. The greatest transformations are not made in leaps, they are made in steps. Yet, so many abandon their path because they cannot see how far they've come. They are only focused on how far they have to go. But the universe operates differently. It doesn't measure success by how quickly you reach your goal. It measures it by your consistency, your persistence, and your ability to celebrate every step forward, no matter how small. Small victories are the heartbeat of manifestation. They are the signals that you are shifting, aligning, and evolving. But here's the problem. Most people dismiss them. They say, it's not enough, it's too small, I'm still not there. And in doing so, they reject the very signs that they are on the right path. They trade gratitude for impatience, and in doing so, they slow their own progress. But the universe is watching. Every time you overcome a doubt, every time you show up despite your fear, every time you make a choice that aligns with your future self, the universe takes note. It's not waiting for you to be perfect. It's waiting for you to be committed. And commitment is proven not in grand gestures but in daily actions. Think of it this way, every small victory is a vote for your future self. Every time you choose to believe, even when there's no evidence, vote. Every time you get back up after a setback, vote. Every time you embody your highest self, even for a moment, vote. And eventually, those votes accumulate into the reality you desire. But here is what most people miss. The celebration of small victories is not just a feel-good exercise, it is an alignment tool. When you celebrate progress, you shift into gratitude, and gratitude is the frequency of receivership. You tell the universe, I see the signs, I trust the process, I am ready for more. And the universe responds accordingly. So, chosen ones, stop measuring your journey by the distance to your destination. Measure it by your steps. Celebrate the day you broke an old pattern. Celebrate the day you didn't give in to fear. Celebrate the day you moved forward, even if it was just 1 inch. Because here is the truth, progress compounds, and small victories when honored become momentum. Momentum becomes habit. Habit becomes identity, and identity becomes reality. In the end, you don't need to be perfect to receive what you desire, you only need to be persistent. And persistence is built one small victory at a time. So, start counting your votes. Start celebrating your steps. Because every step forward is proof that you are becoming exactly who you were meant to be. The turning point, when the universe begins to respond. There comes a moment on your journey when the energy shifts, a moment when what felt like endless resistance suddenly begins to flow. This is the turning point, but it rarely arrives the way you expect. Most people imagine that when the universe responds, it will come with fireworks and instant rewards. But the truth is far more subtle. The turning point is not when your desires appear, it is when you change. It is when your reactions shift, when your mindset transforms, and when your energy aligns so deeply with your vision that the universe has no choice but to mirror it back. The first sign that the universe is responding is internal. You notice that situations that once triggered you no longer control you. You experience challenges, but instead of collapsing, you respond with clarity and calm. The outer world may still be catching up, but something within you has already shifted. This is alignment, not through force, but through frequency. Then synchronicities begin to appear. You hear the right message at the perfect time. Opportunities emerge from unexpected places. People you meet carry answers you didn't know you were seeking. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. The universe is speaking, saying, I see you, I feel your alignment, and now I respond. But the greatest sign that you've reached the turning point is not in what shows up. It is in how you show up. You no longer chase your desires. You embody them. You are no longer desperate for results because you trust that they are inevitable. However, here is the secret few understand. The turning point is also a test. Just before the breakthrough, the universe often brings one final challenge, a moment where it seems like everything is falling apart. But this is not destruction, it is a clearing. The old must fully dissolve to make space for the new. And those who misunderstand this moment often quit, not realizing they were seconds away from their breakthrough. So, chosen one, when the universe begins to respond, do not measure it only by results. Measure it by your transformation. Measure it by your peace in the chaos, by your faith in the unknown, and by your ability to keep walking even when the destination is not in sight. Because the truth is, the universe responds not to your wishes, but to your being. And when your being shifts, the world cannot help but shift with you. The true meaning of manifestation, it's about alignment, not wishing. Manifestation is one of the most misunderstood concepts. Most believe it is about asking the universe for what you want and waiting for it to arrive. But here is the truth. Manifestation is not about the universe giving you something. It is about you becoming someone. It is not about pulling your desires toward you. It is about aligning so deeply with them that they have no choice but to appear. The universe is not a wish-granting machine. It is a mirror. It reflects not your requests, but your resonance. What you see in your life is not what you've asked for, it is what you are in alignment with. This is why many people feel frustrated with manifestation. They say, I've visualized, I've affirmed, but nothing is changing. And the reason is simple. You cannot manifest abundance from a place of lack. You cannot manifest love from a place of unworthiness. You cannot manifest joy from a heart that clings to pain. Alignment means that your thoughts, feelings, and actions are a perfect match to what you desire. It means that your internal world reflects the reality you are calling in. This is why the universe tests you, because tests reveal misalignment. When you desire wealth but panic at every expense, the universe shows you your frequency is not wealth, it is scarcity. When you desire love but fear vulnerability, the universe reflects back loneliness, not to punish you, but to illuminate where you are out of alignment. But here is the liberating truth. You do not need to force anything into your life. You only need to become the version of yourself who already has it. The universe is not withholding your desires. It is waiting for your frequency to match them. And the fastest way to align with your desires is to embody them now. Feel wealthy before the money arrives. Feel loved before the relationship appears. Feel at peace before the problem resolves. Not to trick the universe, but to become the version of you who can hold the reality you seek. And here is something most people miss. The universe responds not to what you say you want, but to what you expect. Expectation is faith embodied. When you expect something, you prepare for it. You act as if it is inevitable. That is alignment, because you are no longer hoping, you are knowing. And the universe matches that knowing with results. So, chosen one, understand this. Manifestation is not a request, it is a reflection. The question is not, how do I get what I want, but who must I become to receive it? And when your energy answers that question, the universe responds every time without fail. Conclusion: you are the architect of your reality. So here you stand, chosen one, not at the end of a journey, but at the beginning of your creation. You now understand that the universe is not an obstacle, but a mirror, not a gatekeeper, but a guide. It has tested you not to break you, but to reveal you, to show you your strength, your power, and your truth. Every challenge you faced was a question, are you ready? And every time you rose above your fears, you answered, yes. The path to your desires has never been about chasing, it has been about becoming. The universe does not grant wishes, it grants reflections. It gives you not what you hope for, but what you are aligned with. And now you know, alignment is not about perfection, it is about persistence. It is not about waiting, it is about embodying. You are the signal, you are the frequency, you are the magnet. But hear this, your journey is not about reaching a destination. It is about becoming someone who no longer needs one. Someone whose joy is not in the outcome, but in the unfolding. Someone who understands that the tests, the delays, the setbacks were not in the way, they were the way. So, chosen one, from this moment forward, stop asking the universe for a new reality, become it. Stop seeking signs, be the sign. Stop waiting for the right moment, make the moment right. Because here is the greatest truth. You are not the creation, you are the creator. And if this message has found you, it is not by chance, it is by alignment. You are ready, your time is now, and your greatest manifestation is not what you will receive, it is who you will become. You are the architect of your reality. So build it with faith, build it with courage, and most of all, build it with the knowing that the universe is not outside of you, it is within you.